Nice. Okay, so hello everyone. Let me briefly introduce myself. I am Jae Jung, Professor of Marketing and Director of the Master of Science in Digital Marketing, as well as the Director of Center for Customer Insights and Digital Marketing. Okay, so welcome everyone, and in the next 1 hour or so, we'll go over the program, and then afterwards, I'll open up for Q&A, and we'll finish 8:30. Um, all right. So, okay, so I'll briefly describe to you who we are. So, Cal Poly Pomona. Although many of you seems to be from the local, so you probably be already familiar with it. Um, but there are something that you probably may not know. So we are about 30 miles east of downtown LA, in the city of Pomona. And the university is composed of 9 colleges, with a total of about 29 students, majority of whom are undergraduate students. Um, and personally, winter is my favorite time because of the beautiful scenery from where I live, and I can see the snow-covered mountains, but I don't have to deal with shoveling snow out of my house that I used to have when I was living in Midwest. Um, the Cal Poly Pomona is known for its polytechnic approach, learn by doing. So we combine theory with practical, hands-on approach, and we have a diverse group of students, and very affordable tuitions, and it's accessible from Southern California, and then high qualities. But you know, yeah, there's a not a high quality combined with affordability. That's a kind of a unique combination. That's not in any product or services. That's not there's a success, a point, but not very only a small number of products or services can obtain such a unique position. So just to give you some ideas on our ranking, if you care about it, we are number one polytechnic university for diversity and economic mobilities, and the number two top public university in the West, according to U.S. News and World Reports, and the top three best value school in the West. And I think the most telling story of very comprehensive uh, ranking comes from Wall Street Journal's ranking based on the return on investment. And we are ranked like 22, um, against all other universities, like Ivy League schools, uh, the large public research universities, top 10 universities, or UCs and CSU schools. And 22, there's a remarkable value. So that means that, given the tuitions that you pay, after graduation, the job and the pay that you get from the job is very yeah, you know, very good. So return on investment. Okay. All right. The College of Business Administration, we have over 200 faculties. Okay. So it's a huge colleges. We have over 5,000 students in the colleges. Our program is accredited by AACSB, which is a college business school accrediting body, and only 6% of colleges or business schools in the world have been accredited by this body. And we have 6 departments in the colleges. International Business and Marketing, that's where I belong to. Accounting, CIS, the Computer Information System, FLL, Finance and Real Estate, MHR, Management and Human Resources, and Technology and Operations Management. Okay, and we also have graduate school of business within the colleges. And we have over 700 graduate students for about 7 or 8 programs that we have. Virtually every department has at least one master's program. And IBM, a little bit more about IBM department, because that's where this program is housed. We have a international business majors, that's undergraduate major, marketing major, also undergraduate, and digital marketing, that's a graduate, and that's the program for which you are interested. And of course, we also support MBA program, and but the MBA program is at the college level, which is why it's not listed here. And we also have 3 centers, and I am leading the Center for Customer Insights and Digital Marketing. And this is a center that created this program. But we have faculty, many of our faculty get involved, and also the faculty from economics, CIS, hospitality management, also participate for some courses. Okay. And CPGE, I would like to briefly mention this because they are our partner. Okay. Other universities may call this type of colleges, and most universities have a college called like Open University or continuing educations, and this, so it is one of those colleges, and we are partnering with them to offer this program. So although we handle all the curriculum issues and faculty assignment for the courses, this partner help us with the things like the tuitions and class enrollment and other things that that can help you focus on your studies. So, you know, they are not critically important at this time, but once you admitted and decided to enroll in our courses, then they get involved in help you. Very top-notch service. They immediately return to your call or emails, and yeah. So So when you, and one reason that we need to partner with them is that this program is so-called self-support. We are not receiving the state funding for our program, and therefore, in that case, the state requires the program partner with the CPGE. So when you apply for our program, you will see that our program is listed under extended university, okay, as opposed to Cal Poly Pomona. So some students wonder, okay, what is this? And why is not listed under Cal Poly Pomona? Is the quality of the program somewhat different? No, we have to do it because of the accounting issues. Uh, uh, the program is AACSB accredited, is run by Shinglin Graduate School of Business and the College of Business Administration. So don't worry about it. Okay, so our program want to achieve those 5 goals for you. So when you graduate, uh, after you finish the program, you should be able to translate a marketing problem into research questions or hypotheses that drive the research project, and evaluate the known principles of consumer psychology and behavior appropriate to address the marketing problems, to build a model appropriate for addressing the project objectives, and make data-informed recommendation on marketing strategy and develop effective digital marketing plan. Okay, and then effectively communicate various components orally and in writing. Okay. Now, uh, I'm going to give what is required early, so that in the past, some students couldn't wait long, and I normally present this towards the end. So here, if we require only small number of documents. This you need to come from 4-year bachelor's degree. So all US-based institutions have a 4-year bachelor's degree. Even if you have 2 years in community college and transferred to 4-year university, that counts toward 4-year bachelor's degree. Okay. Now, some universities in other countries, like in South Asian countries, or Australia, they may have a 3-year degree. Okay, so and it's kind of whether that's acceptable or not is kind of a case by case, and the admissions office will decide. So if you are in that situation, there is some organization that evaluate foreign degree and certify uh, whether or not it is equivalent to 4-year bachelor's degree granted by US universities. Okay, so you can talk to me about those, individually. Then I can connect you to admissions office. Right. Minimum GPA of 2.5. Okay. And so by submitting transcript, you achieve those 2 things. Okay. And for the purpose of admission decision, the unofficial transcript is acceptable. Of course, once you enrolled in the program, right, you need to submit official transcript to the registrar's office. Okay. One letter of recommendation from professors or work supervisors, your family members wouldn't be eligible to serve as a recommender. Personal statement, or you can call it statement of purpose, usually about 250 words, 250 to 300 words. You can talk about your motivations, your preparations, your job experience, and the intended contribution that you can make to the learning communities, and why this program will fit with your career, how it's going to help you achieve your career objectives. Okay? And then resume. And if you are international students, and uh, there are two cases. If you studied in a university where English was used in all classes, then you don't, the English proficiency, like a score such as TOEFL, or those can be waived. Okay. And normally in that case, you need to provide some sort of certification that the English was the medium of instruction for that university. All right, and optional GMAT and GRE, those standardized test is not required, but if you have, you could submit. All right, the supporting documents, if you have a portfolio, of like projects that you did on the relevant, like digital marketing or marketing analytics, you can submit the certificates that you obtained. And okay, deadlines. Now we admit students in both spring and fall. Spring deadline has passed. Okay, so that's not available anymore. So the next next admission is going to be fall 2026. Okay, and the portal for application has already started October 1st. Okay, so it's been almost 2 months, and it'll be closed July 1st next year. But you don't want to wait that long. The earlier you submit, the earlier you will know the outcome, because we are using a rolling-based admission. All right. For international students, we require them to submit 2 months, at least 2 months. And for some country, this could be still too late. Okay. So if you are international students and know that it's very difficult to obtain the visa interviews, It's very competitive. Then you must submit, you must obtain the I-20 early, okay, so that you have ample time. We've had international students who couldn't get visa and couldn't come, okay? So evaluation decisions, we've already talked about it. Now we try to help students. As you can see that our minimum GPA is a many university they would look for like 3.0, but the minimum is 2.5. So we try to help students, and we look at not only just GPA but also your work experience and your essays, and we look at the whole thing holistically. The average GPA of all admitted students, I think is about 3.3 or 4. Okay. Okay, application portal. This is application portals. Okay. Let's see. And if you have this is contact information, my name and my email, and I can answer any questions about the program and the curriculum. But the registration, tuition, and other services, you need to contact our partner, Ashley Cartwright. She's a senior program manager, and here is her email address. Okay. And all right. Okay, so now let's go into details. How our program is different from other universities offering. Our program is unique in that we offer both sides of the world, okay, both sides of the coin, so to speak. So digital marketing side and courses and the jobs, right? And then the marketing analytics side jobs, okay? The digital marketing involves lots of data. There are a lot of data. That's why we need someone to analyze the data and generate insights and inform the direction for the marketing strategy. And then we need someone who are good at the content development and executing that content and managing it. So there are lots of jobs and that could be categorized under these two groups. And here are some of the jobs, roles, and the average or the median pay that was obtained about May 2025. Okay. All right. So to support those two groups of jobs, we structured our program like that. We, regardless of career emphasis, all students need to take those required core courses. They are 20 units. And then the rest of the course units, that's 14 units, can be uh, fulfilled by taking courses from one of these two or combine some way of combinations of the two. Okay, so if you want to completely focus on digital marketing, you can do that, or completely on marketing analytics. But if you like both and want to be well-rounded, then you can also combine it, and we call it like balanced approach. Okay. Um, so here's a we offer 2-year roadmap and 1-year roadmap. And on the 2-year roadmap, you normally take 6 units each semester. Okay. And like this. Okay. So in the fall, we are starting with those 2 required courses. And then in spring, we got these foundations of customer analytics. And then students in DMS emphasis, then they would take database marketing and search engine marketing. But the students who are following marketing analytics emphasis, then they will take market forecasting instead. But anything that are grayed out, that is emphasis other, only 4 units. You just need 4 units. So you'll see every semester, except for the fall semester, we have at least one like optional emphasis other category that you can choose from. Okay. Um, and in your second year, your capstone project starts. So capstone project is a great opportunity for you to work with businesses. So currently we have 7 projects, and our 30 students are split into either 4 or 5 persons in each group, and they are working with faculty lead for 3 semesters, starting fall and then spring. And so in this fall, they make a proposal for the project to help the client companies. And then spring, they focus on analysis of data, and then they make a recommendations based on the outcome of analysis. And then they are going to create a digital marketing right after spring, and then implement that, and then they observe the result and reflect on, and you finish in the summer. Okay. 1-year roadmap is simply combining you know, the first and second years. For fall semester, you are putting those two, so now you have 4 courses to take. Similarly, for spring, you are like combining them and take all of them. So it's very intensive, and I would advise only those full-time students or the students without a job. If you have a full-time job, don't try this one. Okay. The faculties, we got wonderful faculties that are scholar, but also practitioners, and many people have their job experience in industry before they got their PhDs. But some people are still engaged in consulting. And for instance, I'm running the center, and the center is we are dealing with the cutting edge in digital marketing and analytics. So we offer the workshops, and so basically we are bringing in those cutting edge topics and techniques and skills and tools so that the faculty and students can use it in their courses. And so, so it's like managing a small company as well. We use those CRM tools, and we use the SEOs, and email marketing, and social media, and all the tools that are cutting edge, and so that we can also I make those tools available in a classroom, so that students have a hands-on experience in using those tools. Okay. Key features. So now, just a recap, we have two emphases or totally customized emphases possible. Our program is STEM designated, which is great for international students because it extends normal 1 year of optional practical training, OPT, to 3 years. So they have additional 2 years of time that they can spend in the US without changing their visa status. And so that, that will help develop your professionalism so that you can be more competitive in the job market. Okay. Completion time, if you are starting in the fall, you have either 1 year or 2 year possible. For spring semester, is either 1.5 or 2 year. 1 year is not possible when you start in spring. Our program is on-site, which means that you must, if you are in other states or out of the country, you must come to like Southern California because we are not online program. Although we adopt hybrid mode, okay, that means that for all the courses, will we allow up to 50% of class time to be held virtually. So, for instance, there are 15 weeks per semester. So that means 8 weeks can be meet in person and 7 weeks on Zoom. Okay. Tuition $825 per credit unit. And good news is that if you are outside California, then you will pay the same amount as the California residents. Okay. Community experience project. I told you about this. All right. So tuition is exactly for 34 unit. It'll amount to become $28,050, regardless of whether you do it in 1 year or 2 year. Okay. On top of the tuition, there's normally fees, mandatory fees in any program in the US. And that fee is a flat rate. So for fall and spring, it's $850. For summer, it's $400. Partly because summer is short. Summer is only 10 weeks, and fall and spring is 15 weeks. Okay. So that if you include those fee, then those fee will be 2,100 for 1 year. So that's going to be if you add that to tuition, then combined tuition and fee for 1 year will be 30,150. well, for 2 years, then you get a $2,100 more. Okay. Now here's a link for financial aid. You can work on campus, and a lot of our students they find a job on campus and work in various you know departments and yeah, various of jobs on campus. They're all available through Handshake. Okay. Um, Sometimes students ask me, how does MSDM program different from MBA program or business analytics methods program? And the best way to compare is by using this so-called perceptual map, and this is a like marketing tool. So here in this two-dimensional dimension, in terms of domain knowledges and the amount of analytics, the MBA program is perhaps located here. Okay, it is mostly domain knowledges, all different kind of disciplines within the business. Like, so you get one marketing class, one finance class, one accounting class, and one operations management class, one like a management class, and then kind of a capstone class. That's like 8 courses, and then you have about 3 courses that you can choose from a certain area, and very little analytics. Okay. On the other hand, so that's kind of quite similar to like undergraduate business programs, regardless of what major you did. You have just basically Bachelor of Science in or Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration. So that's what the MBA is similar. So okay. Now, business analytics is heavy, technology heavy. Okay? Um, though there is a very little, just one course that dealing with domain analysis um, and teamwork or group dynamics. Our program is in between the two. So we have a good balance in between the domain knowledges and analytics, kind of the depending on which track you are. So of course, if you are in marketing analytics track, then you have more analytics courses you are going to take. And what's inside the parentheses is the number of courses that are overlapping in terms of the techniques that you are learning. So we are, basically a lot of courses, techniques that you could learn from MSBA program, but we are focusing on the marketing. So the data is marketing and digital marketing. Okay. To be more specific, this is how the courses kind of compare. So we have those digital marketing implementation courses that are absent in MSBA, whereas those analytics courses are overlapping, but there are some digital analytics courses that we offer that they don't offer. And we also, there are one courses that they offer that we don't. That's the optimization method. And for that reason, we made that as a option available for students who are following marketing analytics course. So you could choose that if you want, and to make and then use it toward uh, elective other category, the 4 units. Support environment. We have some limited number of scholarships available. We have recruitment scholarships, and you don't have to apply for it. We have your application, admission application, and that gives us sufficient information that allow us to choose the person. So yeah, and then we also have a professional development scholarship. Once you are admitted, then it's not available for applicants to the program. So you have to have at least one semester passed, and then if you let's say you had to spend some money to obtain certifications, and there are a number of certifications available, and I can give you all those lists. I have created a unofficial like MSDM companion website that I use to advise the students, and there I have those informations. Okay, and we also have a merit-based scholarship. Again, you have to have at least one semester to be eligible, and for those two, there's always a call for application email coming from Shinglins Graduate School of Business, and then you can apply for that. Assistantship, TA and RA, there are limited number of TAs, and if you're interested, I can give you more information. You need to contact basically the professors who hired the TA, and I can help you identify the courses that typically hire the assistant, the TA. All right. The international students can have a so-called OPT after they graduate, and CPT is a similar opportunity to work while you are taking courses. But normally, they allow international office allow you to do it after 2 semesters passed. Okay? But the only exception has been that you know, if the micro-internship is required for a class, then regardless of how much time has passed since they started the program, the international office make an exception. So for example, this semester, for those who admitted into the program this fall, from day one, they were able to participate in so-called micro-internship. That was possible due to generous donation from Dell Computer. So, we work with non-for-profit organization. It's a wonderful, non-for-profit organization that are based in Claremont and help, the people who are stressed with trauma around the world in both the U.S. and countries like the what is it? Those the countries that are in war with Russia. Is it that country? Uh, okay, what about that country? An Asian country, in the African countries, and so they have their um, the community leaders or the mental health professionals in around the world that they train. And so we've been working with them, and since they are non-for-profit organizations, university support. So all students in that class, they get paid over $600 for spending about 40 hours uh, during the entire semester. So it's about like $15, a little bit over $15 per an hour rate for doing a project that they would have done anyway. But they actually work with client and meet with them like every week. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to also join with one of the meeting with the client, with the students. And so you get really a great work experience with the client and get paid for doing a class project, right? So all students that are admitted this fall, we have two sections, and each section have about 16 students, and they all have one class is working with one client, and the other class working with a different client. So, all right. And, and the research seminar, virtual workshop, expert speaker suite, this is something that I bring through the center's events. And the college has 5 centers, and we work together to offer what's called the CBA Innovation Symposium in spring. So like one spring Friday from 9 to like afternoon, 9 to 5, we have a wonderful, opportunity for you to interact with the business leaders. The business leaders who normally advisory board members of the centers and some alumni members and the friends of the centers. Okay. And, and the student club, I'll talk about it later. Internship, company projects, and yeah, okay. And if you want to know a little bit more about micro-internship and what students say about it, here is the link. Let me see. It should open up here. So, yeah. So it was 2024, fall 2024. So those are my students. There was a large cohort group at the time, about 28 students. Okay, so they had those. And they, in the spring, that time, after fall semester, the client, we continue to work with the client. And then, they, in the spring semester, in a search engine marketing class, they actually ran, Google Ads. Okay, the client obtained $10,000 to spend. It's a grant from the Google. And so they had a lot of money to spend. And so they did a lot of good experience that enrich their learning. All right. Yeah. The center has some jobs. And all right. And so, we We normally have vacancies because I try to give the job to MSDM students to support them, and also they have a already good knowledges and their experience. So, I tend to hire them. And this is one. The center ran those 6 workshops last spring, and then this was then adopted by some classes, and so all graduating MSDM students, they created their portfolio website where they demonstrated a showcase their digital marketing projects and their marketing analytics projects. Okay, so if you are, I can share this one with you. So, for instance, let me just click this, and this is a student from Japan, and she's showcase. Here is her digital marketing projects that she briefly described. And here's a marketing analytics project, and here's a kind of a dashboard and visualizations. And she listed some courses where you can show more about those coursework. And here's a resume, and here's a downloadable PDF resume. Okay. And all those were created inside Quarter and R. All right, networking events, we offered these in 2024, and these are our center's advisory board members. And last week we met to discuss what to do for spring semesters, the symposium, innovation symposium. Expert speaker series. Okay, here's the symposium. Clubs. We have a lot of clubs, probably around 20 clubs, and most of them are, that was studied by undergraduate students. Our graduate programs are mostly kind of new. Our MSDM program started in 2023. So now we are in the process of, officially chartered, getting this MSDM Society club officially chartered. And I'm the advisor, and I did my online training. And all these, there are 4 organizers, and they did. Gerald Griffin is the president, and we got scheduler, treasurers, and there's another person who signed on financials. So all these director positions are up for grab, and so we are starting this spring. So when you join fall semester, some of them, Jared will be graduating, and so there will be some positions to be filled. Okay, employers. As I said, we are relatively new. We had our first graduating students this summer, so we are still in the process of finding out, where they are, and if they are still in the old jobs or move to new jobs, and getting feedback for our program. So we don't have a formal the outcome of survey to share at this point, But I can tell you that these are the companies that hired our undergraduate students who were interested in marketing analytics. But they don't learn much about marketing analytics compared to our graduate students, and our graduate students will have far, far more knowledge and skills and tools they mastered. So, I don't worry about the kind of their employabilities. Um, all right. Okay, Q&As. Let me give you this is our. I created this and all the information I provided to webmaster, so they constructed these. So that means that these are actually the questions that are often received, and I provided the answers, responses. So, so I'm going to share this, and you can take a look at as you listen to me. And let me see. So, chat. I'm gonna. Okay, and also I will stop recording.